voice.
Blue was just a bluebird in a tree.
Will you spice up my drink a little bit?
He said, forget me. Blue always made me think.
How drunk am I?
Of summer.
Fair to middling.
Cloudless summer skies, so fresh and warm.
But now the blue I see is just like winter. Winter skies with clouds about to storm. Do you find me attractive?
I find you very attractive.
You know, people know me. I get lots of fan mail. Given half a chance, I could really straighten up and fly right.
I'm sure you could.
And blues were only torch songs, fashion for impulsive ingenues. But now I know, too well I know,
too well I know the meaning of the blue.
You know, the one thing I could never figure out about Fuller was this. He liked him young and fresh and unspoiled. And then when he made him different, he didn't want him anymore. He had to go out and find some new, fresh ones. And he couldn't let the old ones go. Do you know Harry Carnes?
Harry Carnes, the announcer? Yeah, I know him.
You know something? I think somebody fixed that car so it would crash.
What about Harry Carnes?
Oh, you got a one-track mind, lover. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Harry Carnes. Except for Fuller, he was the only permanent man I ever had. We even thought of getting married.
What happened?
Well, the great man happened.
I'm sorry, Carol. I'm very sorry. Hi, sexy.
Thank you.
You're late.
All of a sudden, you're a time clock.
I'm Eddie Brand. Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I overslept.
That'll happen. Take your time. No rush. I got an hour and a half before my recording date.
The coffee got cold. I'll have to get you some more.
Never mind. Just get the mini-tape set up.
What do you want to know about the great man? I know better than most of the slobs around town that are taking it big. Me and him been buddies for a long time. Be my guest.
Herb's Brand, huh?
You know it. Well, what's the bit? Anything you want, tell me how long you want it, and I'll hit it within 2 seconds. Herb used to say I was like a walking stopwatch. Great time sense I got. I guess it's got something to do with rhythm.
Did you like him?
Did I like him? You out of your mind? I adored him. Let me set you straight on one thing right from the beginning. Herb Fuller was the sweetest, straightest, greatest guy ever lived.
Oh?
Look, it's none of my business. Just what are you figuring on for this memorial show you're doing?
Well, I've been talking to people that knew him.
You been digging around Fuller's life?
Yep.
And?
And what?
And what have you been digging?
A lot of things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like a lot of things.
You never knew Herb Fuller, did you?
No, I never knew him at all.
And you're trying to find out what kind of a man he was in 4 days.
Look, Eddie, that's the way it has to be. I didn't ask for this job. I'm doing it the only way I know how. I read the clippings, I talk to the people that knew him.
Yeah? Who'd you talk to?
Sid Moore, for one.
That's great. Trying to get a line on Fuller by talking to him is like asking a cat about a dog. Who else?
I talked to Nick Celentano.
Well, that's just fine. I bet Nick's been real nice to you, hasn't he? Helpful. What do you say about Herb?
Well, I gather he didn't like him much.
You got it right.
Neither did Carol.
Oh, sure. You talked to Carol. I suppose she told you how Herb messed up her life when she was just a sweet young kid from home. I suppose she told you that.
She told me that.
Listen, I was around when that kid turned up. She was an innocent kid. Oh, sure. Did she happen to tell you why she left home? I'll bet she did not. Sure, he put her on the show. He felt sorry for her. He was strictly good to her, but she didn't see it that way. Right off the bat, she started drinking. She'd show up with half a bag on. Then she started knocking around. I don't think there's anybody in the band that hasn't been involved with her.
You included, Eddie?
Sure, me included. Look, you saw her. How long was it before she had you hanging from the chandelier? Herb took a lot from that broad. Why he didn't haul off and paste her one now and then, I'll never know.
Why did Carol hate him?
Hate him? Are you out of your mind? She was crazy about him. But Fuller's not around anymore. You are. Get the picture?
Let me ask you something, Eddie.
Sure, anything, kid.
How much do you make a week?
Now?
Yeah, now.
Oh, 1,600, 1,650. Maybe more if I got a hot record going for me. Why, what's the bid?
How much were you making when you had that pickup band at the Roadhouse?
125? Oh, I get it. You figure I think Fuller's a great guy because he added $1,500 a week to my salary check. Is that it?
It's a possibility.
Look, kid, what are you trying to do? Write an expose? Stop trying to play Mr. District Attorney. Just tell the people what they want to hear about him, that he was a great guy. It happens to be the truth. My truth. Maybe not Nick's or Carl's or Sid Moore's, but mine. And it better be yours, too.
Yeah, Eddie, I guess you're right.
Look, I got an orchestra waiting for me in a recording studio. You want to do a tape with me? Let's do it.
All right, Eddie, let's get with it.
Now, what exactly do you want? You want smaltz? Something simple? Kind of word impression?
Anything at all. About a minute.
I'm set. Roll it anytime you're ready.
Okay.
What was Herb Fuller like? Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer. Or maybe it's the simplest question in the world. You see, my father died when I was a kid. In a way, Herb was like that father I never had. He was warm and big. You felt kind of safe just because he was there. You knew you could go to him with anything that was on your mind. Anything that was worrying you, no matter what it was, he wouldn't get mad. He'd just look at you with that look he had and then do something about fixing everything up. He was also like the brother I never had. Like everybody else who knew him, I'm gonna miss him. Okay?
Fine. On the nose.
Right. Anything else, don't hesitate. I hope we're gonna work together. I think we'll get along fine.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks.
Deontay, nothing. Call me anytime, kid.
How was it?
Phony but sincere. He liked Fuller. I think I'll drop in on Mike Jackson and see how he's making out with the tapes. Hey, Mike.
Oh, hi.
Here's another one for your collection. Eddie Brand.
Oh?
How are you making out?
Well, I'm working on the stuff you got up at the funeral. It's good stuff.
Good.
Some of the levels are pretty bad, so I dubbed it, stuck a filler on it, cleaned it up for you.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Oh, okay. Now, I figure you can run this under narration. You know, setting the scene, shuffling the feet, devoted fans paying their last respect to their beloved radio and TV friend, that bit. I can make a loop for you and run it as long as you need.
Okay.
Now, after you set the scene with the organ, you go into the bit about talking to people, and you lead us right into this.
May I ask why you came here today?
I came to see him, rest his soul. He was always there with something cheery to say when you needed him. He'll be missed, believe me, by a good many.
Good.
That was an easy one. But that high school kid was a toughie.
I'll bet.
I had to build her piece bit by bit. Here, listen to this.
And why are you here today?
My sister wanted to. It was nice. All those flowers and the music and the man up there talking. It gave me a kind of feeling. We used to see him on television. He was like he was your father.
It's great.
Sounded all right, huh?
Like it happened that way, Mike.
I was working on that